welcome back to Pops and Pilots. Let's play some more Crusader Kings III. We are Empress Daurama of Kanem Bornu. We are going for the Mother of All achievement. And starting as us, we have to reform our faith, or any African faith, which makes sense to make it ours. And we have to convert all of Africa to it. We are by far the most powerful country in Africa now. We might be the most powerful country in the world. At least straight up levy-wise, we are. I don't know if there is a giant difference in the quality of troops between the more developed nations and us. But yeah, even the Byzantines here or the French people, yeah, they can't hold a candle to our 18,000 people. Yes, 18,000. Now our men-at-arms can't really keep up with all those levies, which is why our quality is pretty shabby. I don't know whether we got any. No, we don't have any bonuses to levy size. We can have another regiment, thanks to being Empress. At least I assume that's why. Yeah. I probably want that. Although military power is not our current problem. We can just beat everybody up. What are our current problems? One of them, I think, is the fact that we're kind of soon gonna die, right? We are 64, which is quite the age. Our health is poor. I was about to say it's fine, but it's not true. We don't have any nice bonuses to it, and we didn't spec into it either. Now, when we die, our empire is not going to break apart because it's an empire and we only have one empire level title, but all our kingdoms will be split among many children. So our main heir here is going to get the High Chieftain of Kanem Bornu, so that's the empire. One of my kingdoms, a duchy, High Kingdom and then High Chieftain. And it does say 5 more titles. I don't know that I can even see which ones they are. Been trying to find a way to do that, but I don't see it. Either way, he's not gonna get a lot. Also, he's really bad. Pretty horrible stats. He's a fornicator. He has a bunch of children. The first of which is a illegal or a bastard. He can't inherit. But all these other children can, and none of them have any specific stats, which is unfortunate, to say the least. Now, I don't know whether if he dies, my land gets split among my other direct heirs, or whether his main heir takes over his split. I would hope the former, but it might be the latter. Now, assuming that he doesn't give away his share to his children, but it gets split among our children, then we would be, I think, well off if we were to be able to, get rid of that guy. His sister is already a lot better. 16, 18, 14 learning. She's not very sturdy or anything. She doesn't have any specific congenital traits, but at least she is better. Also, she's not a criminal. And is it you? No. One of these also has a genius child, but I guess that would then be my other daughter, maybe? You? Yeah, there we go. Clearly, ideally, we would like her to inherit our main title and then her granddaughter to get it. Now, how can we get towards that? I don't think we can even try to murder our children, even if we wanted to. I think we need... no. There is one thing in the scheming tree that allows you to murder your own children, I believe. That's how it works. But we can't. We could disinherit, but disinheriting costs 150 renown, and it's not been easy to gain renown. I don't want to screw that over, so I'd rather not do it that way. One thing we can do is to force our heir to be a knight. Now it's gonna make our fighting power a bit worse because our knights are a lot better than his 5 prowess, but it gives him a nice little chance of dying in combat. And I'm interested in that. The question is whether we should also do that to his sister. Wait, that's my son there. Oh, that's siblings, what I'm looking for, right? This is not, it's complicated because he also has brothers of another mother, which don't count for the inheritance. So we have to be a bit mindful of that. So you would be the second in line. Again, pretty good stats, but the children are not anything to write home about. Or your other sister, who actually has worse stats, but that genius grandson. Oh, well, son, daughter. So I'm wondering whether I should also make my first daughter here into a knight. Oh, is she actually a knight? She probably is, right? Yeah. Okay. If she does, she does. If she doesn't, she doesn't, I guess. What about these other children? My son and friend, pretty good steward. Yeah, I don't hate him at all. And at least a pretty daughter here. So that's something. And the final daughter, not that great, is she? Bisexual. Any good children? No. So maybe you could also serve me as a knight. 7 prowess, Sarkina. Where is my daughter? That's my grandson, my guest, my vassal. Can she not? Are you not in my kingdom? Maybe not. Right, otherwise she should be in this list. And she isn't. Okay. Whatever. Just try to trim down on those children a tiny bit. And then I've been considering how we expand from here. Now, I have learned a thing, again. I've learned a few things in between our last giant recording session and today. One is that development actually doesn't do very much for us at all at the moment. I've been improving development here in Daura, and it still might be correct to do, but it is gray, and it turns out it is ignored because we're tribal, except for supply limit, and it doesn't say that here, but it's still relevant for our culture theme about progression here, innovation progression. We still get a bonus here from average development of all Hausa counties. And, well, that's obviously pretty garbage. So there are reasons to get development. It's just not as good as as I thought it might have been. And why am I talking about development? Because I thought, well, we would want to expand and we might want to still go somewhere where there's a lot of development and then convert those places to our culture so we get that stuff up. Also, once we go feudal, if and when we do, development is gonna matter. So there's a bit of development over here in Ghana, and then there's a bit of development over here in Morocco, and then in Egypt. That's about all that we get in Africa. I mean, there's a bit over here, but yeah. So Egypt is tempting, but Egypt is also quite far away. We would have to go through the Tulunids here. And while I can just beat them up, they're very powerful right now, we don't have a good casus belli to use to get through them at once. I don't exactly know why we cannot fully, or we don't at least have the option, in theory, to take the whole kingdom. Are you... I mean, I assume you're like not a tribal rulers, yet they're clans. Maybe we only get to subjugate other tribes, that's quite possible. But there's invade kingdom, right? Isn't there? Or is that also an anti-tribal thing? Because I want to minimize, minimize the number of wars we have to do, or maximize the amount of land we get per war. So here, for example, I would love to do subjugation. We can't right now because we have done it in our lifetime. But that's not the grab a kingdom title one. That's a thing, right? I'm not making this up. Are you a king? I think you're a king. Who knows? We've used it before. I don't know where it is. Either way, we don't have a good casus belli here. We could, in theory, I think, go through diplomacy, go over to forced vassalage here, and use that. Forced of a neighboring independent ruler of lower rank. Yeah. Since we're an emperor, we should be able to do that to everybody neighboring us, which should be great for our expansion. But we can't do that. If we were a bit younger, I would say we just go back to diplomacy and grab that. The question is, do we still do it? Even though we're potentially, possibly soon going to die. I definitely want to finish up this perk, get scholarly circles. I do love learning the job. And scholar is great. The reason I want a lot of learning points is that that also speeds up our progress. Cultural progress thing. And maybe just grab scholarly circles and we go back to diplomacy and we try to 1, 2, 3 unlock forced vassalage and make use of it before we die 1 or 2 times. That would be very nice. While we're waiting for that, our opinion penalty for being constantly at war has mostly decayed, I believe. If we look at any of our vassals, minus 11 only. We had like minus 50 before. So pretty fine on that, so we can go and run another war. And I guess we're just gonna hit Borgu here and grab like a duchy. Could be Dendi, Diamar, and Zarma. But I think down here Nikki is slightly better. So why not go ahead and grab that? I would offer him to be my vassal just straight up. But he's all like, no, I'm a king, I'm not gonna be a vassal. So, you know, gotta beat his face in, right? So declare war for the duchy of whatever this is. I don't have any cool claims, so I can't just claim the duchy. No. Conquer duchy, change objective, duchy of Borgu. Confirm. Declare. And show him what 18,000 people can do. It's just so many. And you might think that with our current power, this game is already over and won. And I wouldn't fault you for thinking that. Oh, I should start using the local army button, so it doesn't take so long to raise everything before we can move. But the point is, the thing is with our power that we will get to the point where we die, our land gets split between our subjects, nobody loves us anymore, or children, I guess. Nobody loves us anymore and everything is just bad. So while we're super powerful right now, so I guess what I'm saying, we're not necessarily going to be super powerful forever. And we're definitely not going to be super powerful forever. That's what I should be saying. And therefore, I am confident that this is not just over and boring from now on. Relatively confident. I have not played the CK3 campaign to this extent, of course. This is the second one I play on stream, or on screen, I guess, on video. We have a lot of siege specialists, that is quite good. And I've never played one yet where I'm a giant empire. We did become Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire in our... Oops, spoilers. Nah, by this time it's probably not a spoiler anymore. At the time of my recording, I have not aired that specific episode yet. But, yeah. You know this. If you've watched it, and if you haven't, it's live. We did become Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire as Udo, or descendants of Udo of Trier. This is a bit annoying, isn't it? And as such, we have had an empire before this one, but we didn't actually continue playing with it. So how are we going to deal with our U? I think I'm just going to grab a bit of an army here. Let's just grab the use guys. That's a lot of use guys. Let's grab one fewer of you, and then let's just grab the 3,000. Get threatening people up here. What I'm trying to do down here is to split so that we don't lose supply while we're just hanging out. Which is maybe not super necessary thanks to the way the supply system works. So the fact that you have some time, you can actually be in low supply areas. Why would that? Oh, because of bridges. Let's not do that then. So we can be in low supply areas and not take attrition immediately. But I mean, that's only for a certain amount of time. And who knows whether we'll have that time or not. I mean, how much time we're gonna have to spend. So let's try to play this well. Then again, I mean, are we losing? Where is everybody? No more sea specialists? Fine. All that we're losing is the ability to, well, levies, I guess. Which is not horrible. Okay, my son is up here. I kind of want to get him into a battle. And I can walk places without getting attrition, so let's try that. Don't know if I can walk there. No, I can. Couldn't walk there without attrition, but... Let's see, you guys are all grabbing the supplies, that's fine. I really just want to take a battle there to give my son a chance to get cornered and die. Which might not be the most motherly thing to do. But at least I'm not assassinating him, right? So he can't complain. Go to speed 4. Gets stuff to be a bit faster. How are we doing on this anyway? We could go one higher. I think we do want to, right? Yeah, it's gonna give us a hit on opinion, but most people like us. This guy does not. What are we currently doing? We're not. Oh no, we are befriending somebody. Maybe it's even him. Populist faction against me. I gain intrigue studies, scheme power, intrigue, sure. Intrigue is not what we're good at. I mean, at least we have 7 now. I think we had 1 at it sometime. But captured somebody during a siege. That means we won a siege. You up here, can I get you over there? I can. Do I want to? Maybe not. Took somebody's daughter hostage, which is probably somebody we can turn to money. I think I'll just take this battle here. The game says it's an even battle, but I doubt it. Ooh, money. Look at all that living money. I'm not friends with Malik. But that's not you. So how about I befriend you? 100%. That's a number I can stand behind. 100% is an acceptable number. Did we convert most of our people? I don't remember. I mean, I know we did convert a lot. You are probably pretty far away from accepting. Also, I already asked you to convert, so I have to wait a bit. Fine. You love me. Be butter. Not butter. That's another campaign. What are we? Boring, right? Boris? We are Boris. Yeah. Welcome to Boris. Opinion, sort, and then give me anybody else? You. Manqua. Oh, I can't ask you. Oh, you're not in my court. Wait, I'm not. Yeah. Give me my vassals. $57 is probably not good enough to demand conversion. Nah. Not with the timeout we get. We stay there. Now I don't know if that is per cooldown is what I was looking for, not timeout. I don't know if the cooldown stays per person, or if when we die and our air takes over, the cooldown is gone. I do not know. It happened to us before that I assumed that declaring my support for a crusade would be a problem because of that crusade. Am I seeing my own stuff here? I mean, I'm not, but... Fine. Nah, no need to check attrition. What was I rambling about? Right, we pledged support for a coalition. I assumed that because I was... Oh no, my air was wounded. Because I was about to die, my air wouldn't have to go for that crusade after all. But no, that carried over. So he's severely injured. We could search for a court physician to make him help, or we just don't. I feel like I just don't, right? How is your health? Wait, where is it? There. Poor. She has a boost because he's tempered. I even gave him that, I think. I mean, I could send for a physician and then take the risky treatment. Oh, he died. And yeah, unfortunately my grandson became my heir there. That was what I was afraid of, that it essentially translates down the line. But he's been murdered. 5 stress, fine. Did he actually get murdered, or is it just the death at war? Now, what does it mean for my split? Because, I mean, in theory, the game could be all about... No, okay, he's getting all the stuff that my son would have been getting beforehand. You're rowdy again. Why is everybody rowdy? I learned a lot about education too, by the way. The next time we get to do education, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that. Because there's a lot more to education than I thought. What's that battle? They must just have hired mercenaries in my way. I'm still interested in court physician. 21 learning, that sounds like a number. I will hire you. No, you're getting medic over there, which I'm not a big fan of. Can I have somebody decent? I guess I got you. See if we can get your support in there at least. You guys running there as well. And I'll send this army over there as soon as it's available. Now, is any other child of mine in here? No. Then again, we just saw that it's not necessarily great to have our children die this way. It's not necessarily great to have our children die this way. Yes. Because it doesn't actually fix inheritance anymore. If we had killed him off earlier, like that, it would have worked, right? If we had done that before he got the children. But as it stands, no. We captured the king we're fighting. Can we sell him off for a ton of money? No, he has no money. Probably because he just spent it all on these guys. Fine, let's just piece him out. It'll be alright. Enforce demands, I get the stuff. Done. And of course I am over force limit and all that. Which is not great. Not force limit, you know, domain limit. But I'm sure we have tons of land we can give away. We check our own realm, domain. Now we learned development doesn't really matter. Right now, not for income. So I don't have to give away the things that have low development. But I'd probably rather just give away the things that have no stuff, right? No control. Like Salamat, Darfur. I don't know, Darfur has fine control. Salamat, Niki, Busa, and Ilesa. Is that all the new ones? Nikki, Ilesa, Busa. But Salamat is not. And Jugu is... I mean, Jugu is not great. But hey. Who we give it to? We find some guests that have hopefully my religion. And then ideally something else. But my religion is already a good start. Here. Have the Chieftain of Ilesa. And you, sure. Have the Chieftain of Busa. And one more. These are guests, wow. 27, genius with 27 diplomacy? Wrong religion, but I mean, heck yeah, get in here, Mr. Evil Planner. Grand title. Nice Chieftain of Nikki. There you go. Now, so with that inheritance working this way, there's essentially no way we get the right child to inherit, right? Because I have to get rid of all these people, this grandson and heir, and all these granddaughters before it moves on to my next son. Yeah, or next daughter. That's unfortunate. But what can you do? So killing off our children no longer necessary. Fine. And I'll just keep them. It's more like me anyway. Couldn't take a duchy, but why? Transport was that one, yeah, I don't really care. Oh, I can vassalize somebody. Hello. Get in here. That is a nice way of expanding. Just having people join me. I've checked a bit between episodes whether we can use that to expand esports. But unfortunately, being the completely wrong religion makes these guys very much not interested. Different culture group, 30, different faith, 80. 80 is a lot. We did now just take some land that is higher development, right? So we should probably consider making that into our own culture. We check development map mode. Well, Elisa, Oyo, Ife. Okay, all these 5 development things down here. It's not great. I think these things up there are my own culture. Is there a culture map mode? Yes. Yeah, that's all Hausa. But down here, the Jerubans or the Edones might want to become our culture. So we can at least slightly increase the average culture, average development of our culture, and get an increased thingambob speed here. What is it? Innovation speed. Base progress. We only get 0.1 from average development. This could be much better if we were any better. So you, my steward. I mean, increasing development in Daura is also going to increase average development, but I assume that getting 5-point provinces in there is going to be better. Is that true? I wish it would say what my average development is right now, but if we look at our development, not the development, the culture map mode, no, it goes down very far, right? And these are garbage places. 2, 3, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 5, 7, 3. Maybe adding 5s doesn't do all that much to our average culture development. So maybe I don't. Maybe just keep increasing here in Daura, so that it can then slowly spread to all the neighboring places and increase like that. 0.4 from neighbors. Does it get 0.1 for each difference point? 11 to 7? Seems like it, right? And Kano gets 0.3 from neighbors, which is 11 to 8. And Obir gets 0.8. Yeah. Yeah. So I think every point difference gives us a 0.1 growth per month. And then it should spread that way. It's unfortunate that our capital is not very central. but what can we do? And we could improve in other places. And we might consider that, because existing development is a negative modifier on growth. And we don't actually have anything going on that does an increase in the capital apparently, right? No, we don't have all the stewardship stuff that does that. So we don't need to develop in the capital. Could develop somewhere else and get a lot more growth out of it. And then kind of have a second cell. Second place it can spread from, right? If we were to go, I don't know, here. It can spread from 2 directions. Hills, definitely don't like that. Drylands, I mean, I wonder if we get anything better than drylands in this area. Probably not. I mean, we are in the middle of Africa. But doesn't hurt to check, does it? Nah. Nah. Dryland's the best we can get. I wonder if that's worth it. Nah. Nah. It's not. More of a gut feeling. But hey. What we have to do, after this very highly interesting and scary war we just did, we're gonna have to put a cut in here. So thank you, you folks so much for watching. If you enjoy what you're seeing, please do hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and anything you want to say to me, comment section. With that, thank you for watching. See you next time.